Is the LinkedIn outreach actually worth it, or is it a complete waste of time? And it's a fair question, because for every company that books meetings on LinkedIn, there is another one that swears the whole channel is dead. Now, I've spent 8 years doing cold outreach for B2B companies, so you'd probably expect me to tell you that it's always worth it, but I'm gonna keep it real and give it to you straight. Today, my goal is for you to walk away with a crystal clear answer on whether LinkedIn is a good channel for you, and maybe you should double down on it or invest your time into something else. So let's get to it. Does LinkedIn actually work? So instead of me giving you my personal opinion, let's see what the actual numbers say. Because for most part, when people do LinkedIn outreach, it goes something like generic message to thousands of people, very low reply rate, if any, and then just claim LinkedIn doesn't work anymore. But the actual numbers tell a completely different story. So good people over HeyReach analyzed a full year of campaign data. So they've analyzed 96,051 campaign, and usually an average campaign gets 21% of acceptance rate on connection requests sent and around 22% of reply rates after that. HeyReach agency partners have even better reply rates, going around 35 to 40%, while the rest of the industry is somewhere around 20 to 25. What's interesting also is that the stats showed the campaigns using from 6 to 20 LinkedIn sending accounts saw the best results. But the most interesting part about this data is about replies, because getting connection requests accepted is the easiest part. More difficult is getting actual replies on our messages. And the data clearly showed that around 11% of campaigns had connection requests accepted, but 0 replies. So when someone says that the LinkedIn outreach doesn't work, it's usually about generic messaging and the approach they take. And with that said, now that we know based on hard data that LinkedIn outreach actually works, there's another question. Why do teams that run LinkedIn outreach still struggle to figure out whether it's working for them or not? And the answer is, it's not about messaging, but the fact that the LinkedIn outreach is probably not logged into their CRMs. And if you're following this channel and you watched my last video about the importance of connecting our HeyReach with our CRM, and I used HubSpot in that example and used NA10 as a bridge between them and explained why, because other channels are automatically logged. For example, if we're using HubSpot and we build forms for inbound leads, whenever someone fills out the form, all the data is already logged into HubSpot automatically. Or if we're using HubSpot for sending marketing email campaigns, whatever happens in those campaigns, it's automatically logged. But with LinkedIn, it's usually one of the last channels that gets connected to our CRM, and then brings a lot of challenges along the way, such as sales team members use their private LinkedIn profiles for the outreach. If they leave the company and nothing is logged in our CRM, there is no chance for us to know what actually has happened with contacts and leads. Also, people that determine the budget for channels and different aspects for growth, they're gonna look into our CRM and say, okay, the attribution of LinkedIn is what? Oftentimes it's unknown. So leads that are coming actually into our system and actually buying from us don't have this proper attribution in CRM, and that's an issue, because how to determine whether or not to double down or stop it if we don't have proper attribution. Luckily, this is easily fixable in just 5 minutes without NA10. Okay, so we are inside of our HeyReach account. In order for us to connect HeyReach and HubSpot, we need to go to the integrations page. If you're first time here, it's the last item in the list. So here we see different integration options, and we need to find HubSpot. There is a button that will take us to this integration page explanation article. It's really great and goes into details, and if we click here, connect now, we're presented with a blank screen. We need to connect account, and it will show us a list of all of our HubSpot accounts. If only one, that's perfectly fine. I have multiple. I'm gonna pick the one that I want to connect with HeyReach and just choose account. Since this is not the first time I'm connecting this account, this step is skipped in a way, and if you need to tick the checkbox and confirm, just do it. And by by the way, if you want to do this for your own HubSpot account, you can get started with HeyReach for free by clicking on the link in the description. Now let me show how the rest of it works. Now we have a little bit more on our screen. First, we have account ID, an account name, and the status connected. Then the first important decision that we need to make is when do we want for HeyReach to update our HubSpot connections? If when lead is added to the campaign or when we receive first reply. In my book, in most cases, in my practice, I'm gonna use lead added to campaign. Now, this other option is if, for example, we keep contacts in our HubSpot without LinkedIn URLs. And obviously, LinkedIn URLs are critical for the LinkedIn outreach. No surprises there. So HeyReach is being super helpful and offering to us if we have email addresses in our CRM, which most probably have, and don't have LinkedIn URLs, HeyReach will try to figure out LinkedIn URLs based on those emails. And if we select this one and save, that's gonna happen. And then we need to use some credits. So the next thing that we need to define is the field mapping. So which fields map to which fields inside HeyReach, from HubSpot to HeyReach. We have some predefined default ones and we can add custom variables. Super useful. Then, yes, I don't want to save this. Again, another super important option is to toggle on all events that we want to track inside our HubSpot. If you ask me, everything is important and I toggled on everything. And logs, if you already did something as I did in the past, this is going to be a log of activities, as you can see. So all in all, this is a successful connection. And the next thing that we need to do is to create a campaign and import our contacts from HubSpot. And if we go to leads section inside HeyReach, if again, you're new to HeyReach, the way it works is every campaign, a campaign being one unit in which we are defining the steps, order of steps, when to send messages or those activities, from which account, to which people, etc. So every campaign inside HeyReach has a connected list to it. So lead list, we can see it. In order for HeyReach campaign to work, it has to have a connected list of leads. That's the way it goes. So inside leads, we can say add leads. And we have a lot of options how to import, including importing CSV or just providing some URLs from LinkedIn. But since we connected our HubSpot, we have another option here, which is really, really great. And it says, okay, import contacts from a HubSpot directly. And when we go to continue, we need to import HubSpot list. Now, just for the clarification, I just mentioned HeyReach lists, but HubSpot also has lists. Because if we go here, this is my HubSpot account, and I'm gonna cover this in a second. Go to CRM section, and we have segments and lists in brackets. The reason is, for many years, HubSpot called these lists, and they rebranded them into segments and left lists in brackets so people can actually understand that it's the very same thing. So when it comes to lists or segments, how we do create them, if you're also new to HubSpot, and I'm just gonna quickly run over this, there are two types of segments, dynamic and static. Dynamic meaning if we're creating a segment and pick an entity from HubSpot, let's say contacts, and go to next and set filter or filters, every single contact in our HubSpot that fits the criteria will show up in this list. And if it's a dynamic list or segment, any future contacts that we add and that who fit the criteria will appear in this list, or existing ones that don't fit criteria anymore. So it's dynamic, it's changing as the time goes. Static, as the name implies, it's just a snapshot in time of some contacts that fit the criteria that we want. So we need to define our segments, either dynamic or static. In this case, I have two of my colleagues, and the only filter is that the lead status is in progress, and I just changed their lead status in progress, and that's how they appeared in this list. And I can see this list here. I have two segments, aka lists, inside here, so it's just a matter of clicking here and start importing, and that's how I got this list inside HeyReach. The beauty of this is there is no reason for us to go to HubSpot, export, then import and do all of these things. One additional note that I have to make is, in order for this integration to work properly, we need to provide email addresses of our contacts to HeyReach, because this is the key information by which HeyReach is searching for contacts at HubSpot and updating activities. That's the main part. Without this is not going to work. But again, it's easy because if we have already our contacts inside HubSpot, it's easy just to import as I've shown you, be good to go and not worry about having or not having emails. If we go to campaigns and if I open one, this is just one message to my colleagues, center performance, lead analytics, everything. And how that looks like inside HubSpot is basically inside the overview, we can see activities. And the beauty of this is I didn't go and copy paste manually the conversations I had with my colleagues. Everything was automatically created here in HubSpot through the integration. If we go to activities, we can see different activities happening. For example, these I just deleted some old lists from HeyReach, and this is why we have these entries here, which is great. Again, we have the whole history of this contact in one place. So as you can see, everything gets logged. The same thing for my other colleague. Also, additionally, this integration creates new properties on a contact level by HeyReach, which is also great. We don't have to do this manually. Those will be populated as we go. Now, I want to emphasize that HeyReach is one of the few LinkedIn platforms with an officially approved HubSpot integration. So now that we have all of this information in our CRM, we can use it as a proof. With all this HeyReach info, we can finally attribute LinkedIn as a channel, not paid ads or unknown to the leads are coming in. Also, we have everything saved in case someone leaves the team. We have all the sentiment of replies, positive, negative, neutral, that we can use as signals. We can see information about the timelines. We can always filter out people that haven't been contacted in a while, etc. So actually, then we can use it in our team, in front of our superiors or clients, to actually build dashboards in HubSpot or reports, and then for everyone to be clear whether LinkedIn is a worthy channel of doubling down or should we invest our time somewhere else. So if you want to track your LinkedIn outbound information in your CRM, you can start it for free by clicking on the link in the description. HeyReach gives you an opportunity to have unlimited senders for a fixed price. So no matter how many team members connect their LinkedIn accounts, you pay one price. And because of this connection with HubSpot, you'll have everything in HubSpot, so your best meetings are not attributed to an unknown source. And again, if you want to start, just click on the link in the description. And if you want to watch how it looks like to run a full week of LinkedIn outreach by using what I've explained, click here.